Coming up on her hour, Trish, what is happening? Who let the dogs out? You know what today is? Today is National Weather Person Day, and none other than Janice Dean. I went behind the scenes with her in front of the green screen, and she taught me how to weatherize my life. It was fantastic.
What does that mean?
There were, well, it means that now I can point to things on a map without seeing them and tell you exactly where the cold front's going to hit.
That comes in handy.
You're telling me. All right. I've got a new skill and a newfound love for Janice.
I love Janice. I look forward to seeing you both. See you at 9. Okay, coming up, Snubgate.
Finally praise the sweet baby Jesus. After 134 days, the third impeachment trial in the history of these United States is over. President Donald J. Trump has been acquitted on 2 articles of impeachment and will remain in office. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is making the case that the president is forever impeached, while the GOP says that Trump is forever acquitted. So who's right? One thing will definitely go down in the history books. Mitt Romney. Is there any way he will get reelected to the U.S. Senate from Alabama? No. So he's like, screw it. Pelosi and her punch-drunk pals refusing to quit while they're behind. In fact, House Judiciary Committee Chair Jerry Nadler says they're just getting warmed up. Jer?
Welcome.
Hello. Woo! Doug, I will throw this to you.
Yes.
Because, number one, you know professional wrestling better than anyone I know.
I love that.
It's amazing. I mean, he is an encyclopedia. He should write a book. And number two, Democrats are taking a victory lap today. Should they?
No. I mean, all the more certain. I mean, how could you have a better week than...
I've said the whole time, and I will let the record show, I have said from the beginning the president should hope for impeachment because this is going to happen just like it happened to President Clinton. And if you look,
I was there too for that.
Yes, and if you look at the last 2 years of the Clinton presidency, that's when he had his highest ratings during and after impeachment. Nancy Pelosi said, you know, this president is unacceptable, his behavior is abhorrent, and, you know, talked about how he's an undignified president, but then she goes and does that.
Well, in fairness to Nancy Pelosi, she didn't want to go down this road. I think she got dragged down this road.
To rip things up?
To go for impeachment, right? Yeah. Like, this is not what she wanted.
Oh, I was like, what, you mean like an exorcist type thing?
Oh, actually,
you're not suggesting she's possessed by Satan.
My favorite part, actually, about her ripping up the speech is, according to the New York Post, she, like, pre-ripped it. Yeah. She did a pre-rip to make sure the rip would go fully and with
person to sit down for 80% of it. And when you're sitting there, when you're a normal American, you're putting the kids to bed, or you're making dinner and you're watching this, and you're like, wait a second, he's talking about women and minorities having the lowest unemployment in history, and they're sitting down? Right. He's talking about a 100-year-old man who was just promoted to brigadier general, who fought in 3 wars for this country, and they're sitting down for that?
Right, and unfortunately for all those people who were sitting down, the people who are going to be the most hurt by that are them and their credibility, and it helps Trump more than anything else. And I say this as someone, I didn't vote for Trump last time.
Nor did I.
I'm not voting for him this time. I always vote libertarian down the ballot, and when there's no libertarian, I write in my cat's name, and that's not just because I think Cheens would make an excellent New York City comptroller. He would. But, you know, when you make it so clear that no matter what Trump says or does, you're going to have a problem, you make it hard to tell people, hey, I have this specific issue for this specific legitimate reason,
then,
even if you do.
And then it just
because they've already showed you've already showed people that you don't need a reason.
Exactly. You've shown your hand, and you let the world know that this whole impeachment thing is because you don't like him.
Right.
You're sitting down because you don't like him. It's not about the ideas.
Like,
and
this guy fought for your freedom and risked his life. And
we're
they're
going
like,
to take a quick break. The panel's going to stay right here because we have so much more to discuss, including the Bernie Sanders personality. And it looks like, once again in Iowa, feeling the burn is getting the shaft. What is going on?
Well, if I could...
You have Pete Buttigieg, who, I know he got a lot of heat for it, but he came out...
Sort of what I think, but it's...
They don't know what to do with. Yeah, it's a complete and total mess, and the fact that it's still, we don't know, like you said, this was Monday.
It was 2 and 3 percentage points separating Bernie and Mayor Pete, and now it's less than a percentage point, and who knows what could happen with that fuzzy math in the end. But you know who doesn't need his abacus? It's Sleepy Joe Biden. He got a wake-up call. Hi, from Iowa, where the hair-sniffing septuagenarian is currently in 4th place, barely ahead of Amy Klobuchar. She's eating her celebratory salad with a comb. Doug Schoen, if Joe Biden loses New Hampshire handily.
Well, it's hard
Feel bad for Joe Biden because you like him. You want to like him. But what has happened here? Is it Michael Bloomberg's money that is only having its effect on Biden? It was, you know, that one lady, the other one?
Yeah. A woman, no, it's crazy because the votes themselves don't really matter. Mm-hmm. It's the message of his entire campaign has been, I am the most electable. It's like, well, they're not electing you.
Yeah, that's the hardest sell. When your big push is, I can beat Donald Trump because I'm the most electable.
But you can't beat
Buttigieg. Who are now electing are not electing him.
No, he's been on a slow descent, and it's been painful to watch.
I'm seriously feeling genuine emotions.
Right. No, and it's been, I'm elected.
Supposed to start a revolution, and unfortunately it didn't because we let these authoritarian theocrats cannibalize their own people.
Well,
I'm talking about the Democrats. I'm not talking about the Iranian
Iranian. We Democrats are many things. We're not autocrats. We can't disagree with what is obviously clear and apparent. So I stand corrected.
Right there. All right. More from the panel. Correct? No, thank you, panel. You guys were great. Go enjoy the cheese plate.
Okay.
It is free and gluten-free.
And look for the results. We'll be up all night.
Absolutely right. I can't wait. All right, coming up, FBI Director Christopher Wray today testifying.
Always take the weather with you everywhere you go.
There it is. Today is National Weather Person's Day. It's a holiday that Kennedy Nation celebrates annually with extensive booze and New Zealand music. But this year, we've been given special access with Fox News senior meteorologist Janice Dean. She was kind enough to let me into the sacred Fox News weather realm to show me the green screen ropes. Roll it, Cletus.
This is the greatest weather person in the nation, and today is National Weather Person's Day. So what better way than to celebrate with the Janice Dean, the weather machine?
Kennedy, I will tell you, in 17 years here, I have never had someone come up and actually appreciate me like this. Well, cheat notes and West on this hand. So you have to learn to sort of present, like, here I am talking about the central U.S., and there's my friend Kennedy, and then on the East Coast right here is 46 in New York and 39 in Cleveland. And I used to have somebody to say, don't point, that's harsh, don't point like this. So I use hand gestures like this, yes. And there are times, sorry.
That was a bad hand gesture.
It's all right. There are, you got me all.
There's the East Coast.
So there's the East Coast, right over here. Right there. So there's the rain.
Weather
system.
system.
Rain.
Oh, yeah.
And what do you think the white stuff is?
Clouds. There's clouds.
That would be snow.
Oh.
So I mean, so the radar shows the precipitation.
Yeah.
Satellite is going to show you.
It's a big day. National Weather Person's Day. You heard it right here. Janice Dean.
I love you, Kennedy.
I love you too. You're the best.
3.
Can't tell you what was in those cups, wink, but I will tell you, you can see the full video after this show at Kennedy Nation. I will post it because there was some stuff that we couldn't show on TV for legal reasons. Okay, Topical Storm is next. Some showbiz news to catch up on. Ratings were down over 15% for this year's Puppy Bowl, mainly because if you wanted to see leg humping and butt sniffing, well, you could have just watched the Super Bowl halftime show. Shake what your mama gave you, because this is a Topical Storm. I ain't your mama. Topic number 1. That's a J-Lo reference, friends. Let's start tonight in Kansas City, where the Chiefs had a party crash. Coach Fat Andy Reid told reporters he will definitely visit the White House to celebrate the team's victory. Soak it up, because judging by Elizabeth Warren's poll numbers, this is the only Chief headed to the White House. Topic number 2. If you are on the market for a pizza proposal, you should know this promotion is being run exclusively in Australia. How you going, guys? The raffle will be announced on Valentine's Day, because let's face it, if you're holding out for a pizza engagement ring, odds are you have nothing else to do on Valentine's Day. I know this story is a little snarky. In our defense, we had nicer jokes, but Nancy Pelosi ripped up our scripts. All the Chardonnay in the world will sober me up. I'll be right back. We're back. Thank you for watching the best hour of your day. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kennedy Nation, on Facebook, Kennedy FBN. Email KennedyFBN@foxbusiness.com. Give me like 20 minutes. I'm going to post the real Janice video tomorrow night. Nat Welch, Gianna Caldwell, Mike Chase, a new session of Kennedy's Court. It only gets better. Good night.